Between Japan and the United States, we share values such as freedom, democracy, human rights, and rule of law. We have shared these basic values and strategic interests. We are global partners. So we have this partnership and this strong alliance between our two countries. It's the cornerstone of peace and prosperity in the Asia-Pacific region. Japan espouses the principle of proactive contribution to peace. And the United States is moving forward with its policy of pivoting to the Asia-Pacific. These are contributing to peace and stability in the region. And we mutually appreciated and welcomed each other's policies. Having done so between Barack and myself, we were able to confirm that the Japan U.S. alliance would play a leading role in ensuring peace and prosperity of the Asia-Pacific. This is what I wanted to communicate to you. With regard to security, including the review of the Japan U. S. defense cooperation guidelines, wide-ranging security and defensive cooperation would be promoted. We agreed on this point. With regard to the realignment of U.S. forces in Japan, including the transfer of U. S. Marines in Okinawa to Guam and relocation of the Futenma Air Station. We would make steady progress on this front. And we reaffirmed the resolve on both sides to make this transpire. Okinawa Governor Nakayama has requested termination of the operation of the Futenma Air Station in 5 years or less. With regard to this and other requests by the governor, I explained this to President Barack. And requested further cooperation from the United States to alleviate the impact on Okinawa. With regard to various issues which the international society is facing, we had a heart-to-heart talk between Barack and myself. On the situation in Ukraine. Changing the status quo against the backdrop of coercion and intimidation would not be condoned. We confirmed this point once again, and the importance to providing support to Ukraine and to cooperate between Japan and the G7 is something that we agreed on. With regard to China, based on the rule of law, a free and open Asia-Pacific region will be developed, and we would try to engage China in this region. And we agreed to cooperate toward this end. With regard to moves to try to change the status quo through coercion and intimidation, we agreed that we would clearly oppose such news. Going forward with regard to policies vis-a-vis China, we agreed to maintain close cooperation between Japan and the United States. This was confirmed. On the DPRK, we confirmed that close cooperation between the U. S, Japan, and ROC would continue to be important. And this time Barack made the time to meet with the Yokotas and Mr. Izuka. At our talks, I requested understanding, and continued understanding and cooperation toward the resolution of the abduction issue, and the President expressed his support. This month I met 3 times with Ambassador Kennedy. I had this honor. We discussed space, linear and cultural exchanges. And so this is a manifestation of the best of the cooperative relationship which exists between our two countries. In the talks between the leaders, I put forth once again the proposal to introduce maglev technology in the United States. We had an exchange of views with regard to energy cooperation. And inclusive of a society where women can shine, and global issues. We agreed that we would cooperate on these issues. Ambassador Kennedy is a symbol of the friendship which exists between our two. Countries and the bonds which exist. I'd like to cooperate even more closely with. The ambassador to further deepen cooperative relations between our two countries. Going forward, what supports the alliance are the youth in both of our countries. To further enhance exchanges between youth, I have told Barack of our plans to send 6 Japanese students to the United States this fiscal year. The Japan-U.S. alliance is more robust than ever before. Barack, you talked about the sushi you had last night and you said it was the best you had in your life. We had heart-to-heart talks for an hour and a half. We talked about issues between our two countries and challenges of the world. We confirmed the bonds and the roles of our two countries and we talked about further potential of the relationship between our two countries. It was a very enriching and satisfactory time. And the sushi I had yesterday, for me, too, was the best I had in my life so far. And it is without a doubt that this is the case. So, between Barack and I, we want to make you Japan relations more favorable than ever before. And that is all for me. Thank you. President Obama, Konnichiwa. I want to thank Prime Minister Abe for your kind words and your warm welcome. As well as the outstanding sushi and sake yesterday. It is wonderful to be back in Japan. This is my third visit as president. I'm deeply honored to be making the first state visit by a US president in nearly 2 decades. I'm grateful to their majesties. The Emperor and Empress, for their gracious welcome this morning. And I've once again been touched by the kindness and hospitality of the Japanese people. Your Omotenashi. I've said many times the United States is and always will be a Pacific nation. America's security and prosperity is inseparable from the future of this region. And that's why I've made it a priority to renew American leadership in the Asia Pacific. And the cornerstone of our strategy and the foundation of the region's security. And economic progress is our historic treaty alliances, including with Japan. Prime Minister Abe, I want to thank you for your exceptional commitment to our alliance. Which in recent years has grown even stronger. Under your leadership, Japan is also looking to make even greater contributions. To peace and security around the world, which the United States very much welcomes. And last night we had an excellent discussion on a whole range of issues. We agreed to continue deepening our security cooperation. We continue to make progress towards realigning our forces in the region. Including Okinawa, which will lessen the impact of our bases on local communities. As we modernize our defense posture in the region. Our forces in Japan will include our most advanced military capabilities. We stand together in calling for disputes in the region. Including maritime issues, to be resolved peacefully through dialogue. We share a commitment to fundamental principles such as freedom of navigation and respect for international law. And let me reiterate that our treaty commitment to Japan's security is absolute. And Article 5 covers all territories under Japan's administration, including the Senkaku Islands. Our two nations are united along with the Republic of Korea in our determination to bring about the peaceful denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula and in our firm response to North Korea's provocations. And we stand with Japan as it seeks to resolve the tragedy of North Korea's abductions of Japanese citizens. Beyond Northeast Asia, Japan and the United States are working together to enhance our economic and diplomatic and security coordination with our ASEAN partners in Southeast Asia. We're deepening our cooperation as global partners, from the relief we delivered together after the typhoon in the Philippines last year to our unified response to Russia's military intervention in Ukraine. We made important progress in the Trans-Pacific Partnership, TPP. which will support good jobs and growth in the United States as well as economic reform and revitalization here in Japan. We're closer to agreement on issues like automobiles and agriculture. I've been very clear and honest that American manufacturers and farmers need to have meaningful access to markets that are included under TPP, including here in Japan. That's what will make it a good deal for America, for our workers and our consumers, and our families. That's my bottom line, and I can't accept anything less. At the same time, Prime Minister Abe is committed to renewing Japan's economy, and TPP is a vital part of that. As I've told Shinzo, Japan has the opportunity in part through TPP. To play a key leadership role in the Asia-Pacific region for this century. So now is the time for bold steps that are needed to reach a comprehensive agreement. And I continue to believe we can get this done. I would add that our countries are more prosperous when we tap the talents of all of our citizens. So I want to commend the Prime Minister for his commitment to bringing more women into the workforce. And because our economic security also depends on energy security. We're going to keep working together on clean and efficient alternatives to fossil fuels, both at home and abroad, that can power the global economy while combating climate change. Finally, I'm pleased that we continue to deepen the extraordinary ties between our people. Especially our young people, like the Japanese students that I'll be meeting later today. And I'm proud to announce that we're launching a new program that will help even More Japanese students come to the United States to improve their English language. Skills and gain valuable experience working in American businesses and organizations. And that's part of our effort to double student exchanges by 2020 bonds. Among our young people that can bring us closer together for decades to come.